helps, I'm sure.
He's reinforced for what he does naturally, you know? That's gotta feel good.
You know, people stop telling you no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It must do a lot of good for you.
It's easy to think the world's like a great place when everyone treats you like amazing. Hey, they're stoked to see you every time.
And you want for nothing.
Right.
Oh my god. Aw. How long is this coffee lasting?
Probably empty.
When I go like this, that means hand me the cup.
I love them. That's the first episode where I feel like Jerry let his guest talk.
You say let, I was gonna say had no option.
Yeah, you didn't have a choice, right?
I was gonna say
I don't
Alec
think-
Baldwin took
Maybe
that
that's
show.
like it point out to
Shut
me
up.
this because it's getting validated. Just trying to put it in place.
Are you gay?
Wow, you sound so gay right now.
But his attack didn't work. It was not effective.
See, that was probably used on him in high school, and so he was like, oh,
This is a studio now, man.
Whoa!
No pressure at all. When
Yeah,
the mics,
seriously. What are we gonna talk about?
When the mics come out.
Whatever you guys want to talk about, I have a few ideas.
He's got ideas.
Ideas.
He's got ideas,
Wait,
guys.
He's an idea man.
He's an idea, man.
They're on right now?
Yeah.
They've never been on.
Are
There's
these
no such
things
thing
on?
as on.
Are these
They've
things
never
on?
been on.
There is no audience.
Yeah, what do you want to talk
Join
about,
us on
man?
the table, ladies.
I need a beverage.
They don't
You're
wanna-
good,
they don't
man.
want to join?
You good.
Is there more?
Well,
There's
we
no
have,
more port stuff.
We have vodka and we have some more wine too, I think.
You making dirty martinis in here?
Oh yeah.
oh yeah, you're the martini drinker, right?
You sure you don't want to come sit?
I'm comfortable over here.
But is it about comfort? Is
Yeah,
it?
You think any of them are comfortable?
Is
A
life
certain
about
kind
comfort?
of comfort. Certain brand of comfort.
You want to come lower towards you?
I want to come a little lower so it doesn't obstruct my vision.
Let's see.
Talk straight at the mic the whole time.
See things
Yeah.
clearly.
So let's
I
just.
always do feel like it has to be right up on my shit.
Yeah.
Get way up in there.
It's like fucking get on.
How was your trip to New York?
Mine?
Yeah.
It was good.
I
That
haven't
was a
seen
while
you
ago.
since then, I don't think.
Yeah. So.
You're getting a job, I
God
hear.
damn. That's a while back, but
Coincidentally, that happened that you're seeing someone and now getting a job over there.
yeah. So that's not such a coincidence.
Nick Oprah that shit. You gotta keep it in the front of your mind, yeah.
Willed it into existence.
I will say that it's crazy how that worked out, but because I wasn't like trying to like move to New York, but so I met that chick at AWP,
What's her name?
and we hit it off, you know, and like I ended up so we went to DC for like a week, and then we ended up going to Connecticut.
Another conference up there or something, right?
Yeah,
Poetry
it
conference.
was we went for a conference.
Hey, never mind.
Yeah.
We didn't go to the conference.
Yeah.
We didn't go.
You did quote marks, but I said it was a poetry conference. You know,
It was
the
a
quote
poet-
marks are implied.
You're right. No, you're right. Yes, yeah. We went for a poetry conference, but yeah, I don't know, man. Honestly, after DC, I started applying for jobs in her zip code because I was really into her, so. And then I got this job, and I think I'm just gonna try to make it work and shit. So.
What is the job?
So it's like a writing fellow position. Basically, it's a glorified, well, not even a glorified tutor. It's just like a tutor. I'm a master tutor.
Look it up. Fellow.
So they only have 3 positions for writing tutors. It's actually a contracted position. So it's a government contract where they're paying me to essentially go in and be available for 4 hours a day for any cadets.
That's cool.
Yeah, at
West Point, right?
At West Point.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's throughout the school year, and then he said that I would be on the top. So since there are only 3, I would be on the upper end of that. So I would end up working over the summer too. And after a year or so, they'd probably up my pay a bit.
Nice.
It's only part time, So like I'm getting like close to 40 an hour part-time, so I'll be able to work another job on top of it.
And right.
Yeah.
And
Ideally,
at 40 an hour part-time, you're making more than what you make here at the writing
right.
center.
I make more than easily more than my stipend at FAU.
You're immediately making double.
Yeah.
Ish,
Yeah.
right?
I'll be right around, I think like 35 a year, but that's just the basic. So like that's part-time, 35,000 a year part-time, so I can work another 20
4 hours a day, dude. That would be
Easy.
even if you were working another 6-hour job, you'd still have time to write.
Easy money.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, like and honestly, like I can live on that salary. Like I can, you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah, it's a totally livable
yeah,
salary.
like I can
That's
do that on my own, and
Yeah, it's quadruple
Right.
what we were making as MFA students.
Right.
So yeah.
that's what's that's like something that is wild to me that I've been just thinking about a lot is like universal basic income and how not necessarily that, but like the shift to like the 20-hour work week away from the 40-hour work week, where like most jobs now that need like human minds they really only require about 20 hours a week. If you look at like automation and shit, it's like about to happen. It's like huge wave of automation. Like most of us will be able to make careers in 20 hours a week. Like
Tim Ferriss wrote a book called The 4-Hour Work Week. That talks about how
4 hour.
4 hour day work.
Oh, okay.
4 hour work day.
it'd be
rather.
4-hour work day.
Yeah,
so that's
20-hour
20
work
yeah,
week.
Yeah, okay,
right?
yeah. So yeah.
It's part-time. Yeah.
My friend told me about
Essentially
that 2 years ago.
having what we have, or halving, right?
Yes.
Well, what happens? I think
Yeah.
Not having.
Having what we
Having
have
in order
now.
to have.
Yeah, how do I say
What's
the L?
important,
life.
maybe not for everyone, but like where I tend to thrive in terms of work is when it's task based opposed to time based.
Yeah.
Like you have to be from 8 to 4 makes me feel like miserable, like I'm shackled to a desk or something. But if it's like complete these 5 things, let me complete them faster than everyone else because I often do that. I find that I finish them quicker than other people. So let me finish that and let me go home. They can stay till 5 if they want.
Right. Yeah, no, because like the way that I work is all about efficiency. Like that's what I
It's
feel.
out of laziness.
Yeah, right. No, because I value my alone time, my lazy time. Like
Yeah.
me being a piece of shit doing nothing. I value that so much higher than my productivity. So like I try to be productive in like such a consolidated amount of time. It's like I have like 3 hours out of the day where I feel like I can really produce. I can help people. Like I'm motivated enough to do things.
When the crust comes
Right.
up, yeah.
Versus.
Are they gonna make you cut your hair?
No. So it's like I don't think so. I mean, if they do, they
Like a
can
Japanese hair wedding ceremony.
That would be a deal breaker, right?
Yeah, it would be. Yeah, honestly, like I mean, here's the reason why too. Because like, if I lose my hair, I lose my pussy getting abilities, and I cannot sacrifice that.
Then what do you do with your other remaining
Right.
hours?
What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do with my
Might
life?
as
So
well
yeah,
get a
it's just
40
not.
hour.
Yeah. No, but honestly though, it's a contractor position, so they can't really. I'm not like under government rule. It's not like I'm military. Right?
Well, I'm surprised you're even getting a drug
Yeah,
test.
Yeah. Well, that makes sense to me.
Yeah,
So like.
did he say you
Nick's a fellow though. He's gonna be
Right.
like,
Yeah,
it's
and
like a
it's-
limited position.
a
That
government
makes sense.
school, right?
to
Yeah,
me.
no, yeah. It's a military school, so like, the contract. See. Yeah, right. It's a big deal. Like the school itself is like really legit, but like the contract itself separates me from the military academy. So like I'm not employed by the military academy. I'm employed by a contractor. So it's 1st Division Consulting.
Oh.
I've done this before actually. So I worked with a contractor in Hawaii doing at the VA. I worked at the VA. I feel like I'm fucking at an interview. I'm just trying to talk to you guys.
Tell us about your experiences with the VA, Nick.
So
I didn't know you were with the VA. That's really interesting. When were you with the VA?
No. So I worked at the VA in Hawaii, and I did all this same shit. And I made more there than I'm about to make, but the same deal though. So like I worked with military. I was like talking, every day I was like working with veterans. In this job, I'll be working with.
That was a contractor
cadets.
position too.
Yeah.
That's
same.
really common for
Yeah.
like not even government institutions, but universities, especially state universities, to do like 1 year assistant visiting, what do they call them, visiting professorships, I think. And
like
that's a
when you
lot
first
like,
Yep.
yeah.
It's like when you first start dating someone and you don't want to put a label
Trial
Turn
period.
your key.
Right.
Yeah.
We're just
Yeah.
having fun.
Yeah.
Let's just like draw up the contract.
Let's have fun for a little while.
Do you like what's going on here?
We'll call
Is
this
this
like
okay?
A contracted relationship. Yeah.
Daniel, tell us about your project.
Which one? Like my school project?
Yeah, whatever's you're
All
working
the
on now.
projects you have.
Oh my god.
No, school, not school. You're not working on school right
I'm
now.
not working on school right now at all.
Do you want to talk about the food thing?
No, I'm not working on that right now.
Danielle's
I'm
in
like kind of
vacation
taking a break.
mode.
I'm taking the summer off right now, and
To recapitulate?
Yeah.
Recombobulate?
yeah, to experience what it feels like to be like only in the workforce, I guess, and
Yeah.
like not be doing the student thing.
It's
And
nice.
it's okay. Yeah, it's cool. I've always found that like historically it takes a time like this for me to like become reinvigorated with the school
course.
thing, because I'm like, I miss making my brain work harder. You know what I mean? And I'm not there yet. I don't miss it 100% yet, but I'm almost there.
That's what doing the fireworks was for me.
Yeah.
Like a little
Like,
reset.
taking off. I went to New York for 2 weeks. I forced myself not to do anything. Fireworks for a week. You know, just sort of reading, enjoying things, like not trying to be like, gotta write every day, like sort of just taking time to re-energize.
Yeah. Yeah. But I don't know. It's been kind of exhausting to just be like the go to work, come home person. Although it's funny that this in some ways feels more exhausting than being a go to work, come home, and be a student life. Like that feels less exhausting than this does, and I don't really know why.
Maybe because you're making progress,
Yeah, it
like
might
measurable progress.
it might be because it's like it feels a little bit like stagnant, like you come home to stagnant energy as opposed to like energy.
I think it might have a lot to do with just like how much you're thinking.
Yeah.
You know, like honestly, just like the fact that you're not like I mean I feel this just over this summer. It's like not going to classes. I feel like this like you know cognitive numbness where I'm
Yeah.
like it's like
Not
yeah
coming
right,
from that.
right because
I get laid.
Yeah.
right no yeah because yeah you get like backed up but
Yeah.
no like honestly though it's like it's a real thing like if you know I feel like if the less that I was out, you know, like having, you know, intellectual conversations with people, the kind of like, the more I'm paying attention to the monotony of what I'm doing, you know.
And I kind of almost want to like sit in that monotony and feel it
Yeah.
and see
Force yourself.
what does it feel like to not be a student, because I'm not going to be a student forever. That's not my goal, and I know it's going to end at some point, and then what is going to
Oh,
happen?
I had like a huge fucking panic attack.
Yeah.
I was like, there's like 2 weeks of I was like inconsolable. Yeah.
Not gonna
Yeah,
be a
like
student.
this
Yeah.
almost
But then it was
feels-
good.
Yeah.
It was like I was like it plummeted, and then it was
Relief,
like,
right?
well, good. If I'm gonna be down, then there's no stakes at all, and let me just do something fun. And I started
Right.
writing again. It
I
was
don't have a
like
mom
better.
and dad anymore telling me
It was better.
You can start
this
to
is good,
see
this is bad.
what
Yeah.
what your life is going to be like now. I don't know. To me, this feels like when your dad lets you taste a beer at the dinner table so that you don't fucking freak out when you're allowed to drink beer, you know, because you've tasted
It's a great
it before.
analogy.
It feels like
If
that.
someone, I think what it boils down to, especially like maybe in all fields, if someone needs to make you do it, you're never gonna do it. You should want to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you need deadlines, someone needs to put them there for you. You can create your own, or you can just do something like, I need deadlines, don't give them to me anymore. I'm not gonna do it anymore.
Yeah.
That's
It-
kind of
In
lame.
terms of monotony, I noticed, Danielle, you get tired. You're more tired when you come home from a day of work where I'm like, well, how was it? And you're like, nothing really. No, we didn't really do anything. You know, I was at the computer a lot, planning kind of some stuff and organizing this and that. But if you're like, it was so much. I had this kid and that kid and this, and we're up for like 2.5 hours just talking about it.
Yeah.
You know, and you're invigorated by that, even though it was stressful and you had more to do.
Because it excites me, and
Yeah.
my excited brain is like creates a momentum for itself and continues to be excited, whereas like when I'm just going to work and it's like bullshit being at the computer 40 hours a week.
Right, and you also have more like of an urgency to reflect on those things that like seem to matter more, right? So versus like that monotony, like you're not gonna have a conversation later on about the boring times you had that day.
Yeah.
So
I
you're
think it's
not
about
having that many
stimulation.
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
That's what I do. That's what I've been talking about with some people. Like, I just seek stimulation now, like in my work, in my social
Or you
experiences,
choose to read or watch.
to eat even. Like, my palate has changed incredibly over the last few years. Like, I just am constantly seeking stimulation. It's not novelty. Like, I'll try that. I eat some of the same things, but I'm like, I'm like experiencing them in different ways. You know, I'm looking for different things in them. You know, I might be having some of the same conversations I've had, but I'm trying to add to them in ways that seem stimulating to me.
Yeah, so that's curious. Like when you say stimulating, like is that either way? So it could be like really it would be something that might offend you or like hit you the wrong way.
100%.
But it's still interesting,
100%.
right? Like you still want to know about it, even if it's like something like kind of.
Oh, he's all about that.
Yeah, interest is only like the breaking in point for me. Like if I'm interested, then let's see where that goes. Like interesting isn't necessarily stimulating, you know. It's like interesting is like a spark, and then I want to follow that fuse. You know, what did we just light?
Right.
What did we just ignite? You know?
Yeah, like that. Like, I think that like that's like a weird mindset for me because like I think it's unique in that I think a lot of like people obviously think differently, but the alternative to that is like. You know, this thing where you can't be stimulated by things that aren't like positive, right? Like it's like you're not like or feeling stimulated by something negative is like a taboo. It's like something that you're not interested in for some
Well, once you
reason.
let go of negative and positive, it becomes really easy.